Hey guys, this is Lorentz from iWood Cosplay, and today I'm going to show you guys how I put together Tifa's Gauntlet. To save time, we're starting off with all the pieces cut already. This is the laser kit. It'll come with all the foam pieces cut as well as the button and the acrylic backing. I have a link to where you can pick this up in the description down below. I recommend the laser kit so you can get details such as these rune words. If you're using the pattern, for the elbow pad, the circles can be made with a brass rod as seen in my other tutorials. These are the tools you'll need: Sharpie, chip brush, contact cement, utility knife, and a Dremel with drill bits. There's a lot of pieces to this build, so let's start off by organizing them like so. So the base forearm piece is going to be made of 3 pieces of foam. Line them and stack them like so. Similarly for the top piece. Once you have them stacked and lined up properly in the center, we're going to pin them down with some needles. Take a Sharpie and trace position. This will tell us where we need to apply the contact cement. Because this detailed piece will sit over the rest of the layers, to avoid any pin marks from needles, you can use tape to secure the position before tracing it. Position the pieces like so and secure it with some tape, then trace its position. We're going to do the same thing to the smaller top piece. I'll take care of this bigger piece later. Heat seal the foam with a heat gun. Once you've done that, take your contact cement and give it a good shake. Of course, don't forget your respirator. Then apply glue to each of the contact surface of the foam pieces. So I'm actually getting gloves because I realize this process can get messy quick. Try to apply contact cement only within the lines we marked earlier. Give it a few minutes to dry. Once they're dried, carefully line up the pieces and put them together. Once the 2 middle layers are together, you should have something that looks like this. You don't have to use this, but I like to use this roller to flatten the pieces of foam I stacked together. And I'll do the same thing for the top piece. Once I have the 2 middle layers stacked, I'll move on to this piece. Same as before, I'll prep the foam with a heat gun, but this time I'm going to curve this piece as it will wrap around my arm. Here I'm just trying to be creative with the rolling process. Hopefully you get the idea. If you properly curve this piece, then it should look something like this. Now I'm going back to the piece we made earlier and then curving that as well so it can sit on top of the other piece like so. Once both pieces are curved in position, I'm going to apply some contact cement. This curved surface was a little hard to brush on the glue, so I used an aerosol can as a support and then brushed on the glue. The 2 tabs you see peeking out here, they're going to attach onto this top piece like so. So I'm going to take this moment and apply some contact cement to the back area of the top piece. Give it a minute or 2 to dry. Once they're dried, carefully put the 2 pieces together from one corner and then work your way around the other corner. This part is important because if you don't curve your foam while stacking them, this piece will lay flat and it won't look good as a gauntlet. Now we're going to connect the top piece to the 2 tabs I pointed out earlier. Here I'm going to curve this top piece while sticking it on to give it a curved finish. We're going to line up the ends of the top piece with the ends of the bottom base like so. Once you have the corners in a good position like so, work your way around to the other corner. If you did all that, you should have something that looks like this. We're almost done with this bottom piece. All that's left is put on the detailed pieces, apply contact cement, let them dry, and then put them together. For the top piece, I'm going to start from the curved piece here and work my way around. The trick here is to attach this top piece while curving the bottom piece so that the end result will look something like this. We're going to do the same thing for the bottom piece, and that's how I make the bottom base of the gauntlets. Now for the elbow pad, I'm going to use a styrofoam ball to help me curve its final form. Using a heat gun, I'm going to apply some heat to the foam and shape it around the styrofoam ball, like so. Here's that piece properly heat curved. Do that for all these pieces. Keep in mind that these pieces mirror each other. For the elbow pad, the front face will have the outer line around each of the circle. Keep that in mind as we'll come back to that later. Shaping the 2 pieces like before, they should come together like this. These hex bolts might be a little difficult to heat seal as you're seeing here, so what I like to do is grab some tape and curve it on itself so that it's double-sided. Secure them on there and then hit it with the heat gun. I want to add some more curve to this top portion, so here I'm heat shaping it some more. Here I'm using the handles of a screwdriver to create a small curve on this piece. Now it looks like this. A small detail, but it adds to the finish in my opinion. Going back to the elbow pad, we're going to apply some contact cement along these 2 seams. Do the same thing for the other piece. Sometimes the chip brush is too big. For cases like this, I like to use some scrap foam to help spread out the contact cement evenly on these small surfaces. Once they're dried, I'm going to put the two pieces together along the seam like so. And similarly, we'll do that to the other pieces as well. Alright, if you did all that correctly, you should have something that looks like this. This elbow piece will sit on the base like so. Keep in mind the orientation. The top of the elbow pad will have grooves for the hex bolt. With all these, we're basically done. If you got the kit, you'll have these resin bolts. If you're using the patterns, you can use circular foam cutouts or wooden button tops. So if you're still watching, I'll show you how I add details to the elbow pad. For this circular detail, I like to use a thin utility knife. On the elbow pad, I'll use this outer rim as a guide to create a crater-like look. Make sure your blade is sharp. Carefully start from the outer perimeter and angle your blade towards the center of the circle, and then work your way around, staying within the outer perimeter. If you do that correctly, you should have something that looks roughly like this. Now we just have to do that 6 more times. Don't worry if it's not clean, we'll come back to this with a Dremel to smooth everything out. Here's where we will use the Dremel. Wear a respirator. Using a Dremel with a grinding stone bit, clean up the edges. You should have something that looks like this. Now it's time to use this rapid fill. It's my first time using it, so just like you, I also don't know how it's going to come out. Opening the jar, we have this paste-like consistency. I'm going to apply this material on the seams to try to hide them. With the paste on the elbow pad, it looks like this. But during this process, I realized I could use this paste to create that rubber texture. So here I'm just experimenting and applying a moderate amount of paste over the elbow pad and then coming back with a sponge to dab in the texture. So that's how the elbow pad looks like with fresh rapid fill on. Give it about an hour and come back and see how it looks like. So that's impressive. I'm definitely going to use this for future projects. It cracked a bit along the seams when I flexed the piece, so I positioned the elbow and applied some more and let it dry overnight. This is how it looks like now. So the elbow pad and the base of the gauntlet will sit together like this. But before we go on with that, I'm going to glue the elbow pad onto the base by tracing the position with a silver Sharpie. Now that I have its position, I'm going to apply some contact cement. I'm going to take care of these hex bolts while I'm at it. With everything dried, I'm going to put the pieces together like so. I'm going to start along the center using the seam line as a guide. Once we have the elbow pad securely attached, we're going to attach on the hex bolts next. Now we're ready to go and plasti dip it. Alright, so here it is with 3 coats of plasti dip and dried overnight. So the elbow pad looks pretty cool with the texture still there. It's a little shinier than I want, but it's no big deal. I can just knock it down with a matte clear coat.
And that's all I have for you guys in this part 1 of Tifa's Gauntlet. Hopefully it wasn't too hard, and if you guys are here, give yourself a pat on the back, paint it, let it dry, come back for the second video where I'll show you guys how to make the straps, paint the details, and finally assemble everything. So if this is your first time watching this video, I do have the link to the pattern down below. That's from my shop. Helps me, helps my channel out. As well as the Amazon affiliate links. Those are the supplies to the materials I use for this build. So shopping there doesn't cost you guys anything. It helps me a ton, so thank you so much for checking them out and or buying from those links. If you guys are new here and you like this video, hit that like button right there, or check out these other videos I've made, or if anything else, feel free to subscribe right there. And that's it. Much love. I'll see you guys in the next one.